Hello everyone, it's Alan again, and I just want to talk a little bit about the head section of the page. In the new code updates that I've done for AltosWeb, I've added a few more things into the head section of the page. Specifically, I've actually put my car set UTF-8 in this time. I didn't have it in the previous versions. It's worth putting in if you really should. Another thing I added was a viewport meta tag, and the viewport meta tag is going to allow me to create media queries for responsive CSS code. So it's really necessary to have in the next labs and assignments. This will be one of the things you'll have to add to your page in order to accomplish those requirements. Another thing that I've done is I wanted to kind of introduce JavaScript, so I went out to the jQuery website and downloaded jQuery and included it in my page using this script include. It's a little bit different from the others. It uses a source, just kind of like the image tag where it links it in. The link tag for CSS uses href and a rel equals style sheet. Another thing I added was I started my own JavaScript file, so it's called site.js and it's in my source folder with all my other source documents. Some people are still having difficulty with how the structure of the page works. The wrapper div needs to be on the inside of the body div. Some people are kind of flipping it on the other side. It really should be inside. The head and the body, if you're going to use them, they need to be the only things inside of the HTML tag. Anywho, I suggest everyone, as we get things more complicated in your website, to start kind of formatting your code out a little bit. As developers, you'll really appreciate yourself later if you go and do that. It makes it so much easier to read. It just takes time to figure out how to read it, I suppose. But I can easily look at this screen here and pull out the header section and the nav section and the main section. Main section's pretty big, but that's why I started putting in comments, because it can be hard to know, okay, well, this closing div tag, what does it really go to? Well, it goes to main, and because I have it formatted and indented, it's easy to tell. So I suggest everybody, as you start getting more complex in your page, it'll really help yourself out. It's really for your own benefit to go through and kind of format them out so they're easy to read, and add comments so they're easy to see where things end and where things begin. I typically always put a comment on a closing div tag where I'm not really sure where the beginning one is. I didn't put comments on the end of these because it's easy to me. It's easy to see it as a one line of code, more or less. But because this one is containing lots of other ones, I usually put a comment to help pick them out. The previous AltosWeb code and then this code should be a starting point. If you're still having difficulty creating the basic structure of a page, you really need to use those as your example. And if you really need help and you're still having difficulties, then please seek out Jennifer Simmons in School of IT, jennifer.simmons1@mga.edu. She can really help you out and provide some tutoring. She can probably send you a little online link and watch you as you show, hey, why isn't this working? And she can say, ha ha ha, you forgot your closing bracket. So anywho, it just takes time, and you have to keep working with the validator to see how things are going. This is kind of the AltosWeb is kind of the quality I'm looking for, and so I'd like to see it's not too difficult, but I'd like to see at least this much effort put into a lot of the things. Anywho, hopefully that explains the structure of the page a little bit better and some of the things I added to the header section of the page.